A family returning from a relaxing vacation stumbled upon something utterly heartbreaking along the side of a bustling highway. A lone German shepherd, terrified and weaving through speeding cars, seemingly invisible to the world rushing by. What started as a spontaneous decision to save a stray would soon evolve into an extraordinary journey, one that would redefine love, loyalty, and the irreplaceable value of time spent with those we hold dear. Prepare yourself for a story that will first break your heart, and then heal it in ways you never expected. The Grayson family was driving home to Sunfield, New Mexico, after a week-long mountain getaway in Silvercrest, Colorado. 10-year-old Lily Grayson had her nose pressed against the window of their SUV when she spotted a flash of tan and black fur darting dangerously close to the edge of Route 85. "Dad, stop! There's a dog on the highway," she cried, her voice trembling. Daniel Grayson checked his rearview mirror and immediately spotted the source of her panic. A large German shepherd skittishly pacing just inches from death on the shoulder, cars and freight trucks screaming past at over 75 miles per hour. The dog's once majestic coat was filthy and matted. His amber eyes darted frantically, wide with terror. He took hesitant steps toward the lanes of traffic, only to recoil each time, as though searching for something or someone he could no longer find. "Oh no," whispered Elena Grayson, Daniel's wife and a seasoned veterinary nurse. "If someone doesn't help him, he's going to be killed. We have to do something." With his heart pounding, Daniel quickly scoured the road for a safe shoulder and pulled over about a quarter-mile ahead of the desperate shepherd. "Stay in the car," he told Elena and Lily. He grabbed an old leash they kept in their emergency kit and handed his phone to Elena. "Call animal control. Lily, keep your eyes on him and tell me if he moves." Daniel approached the frightened dog slowly, his voice calm amidst the roar of passing vehicles. "Hey there, handsome," he said softly, extending his hand, palm open. "You're safe now. We're here to help." The shepherd, panting heavily in the suffocating New Mexico heat, glanced up at Daniel with eyes full of weary sadness. He didn't flinch or bolt. Instead, he seemed to understand, allowing Daniel to slip the leash gently around his neck without resistance. It took 20 painstaking minutes to coax the trembling dog back to their vehicle. As soon as they reached the SUV, the shepherd climbed in and collapsed in the back seat, resting his head on Lily's lap as though this moment of safety was something he had been waiting for his entire life. "What should we call him?" Lily asked, stroking his dirt-caked yet regal coat. "Let's call him Bruno," Elena suggested, glancing at the exhausted shepherd. "It's going to take a heart as strong as a warrior's to recover from what he's been through." Their first stop was Mesa Horizon Veterinary Clinic, where Elena's longtime colleague, Dr. Naomi Fletcher, agreed to examine Bruno after hours. The shepherd was calm and cooperative as Dr. Fletcher began her evaluation. "He's severely dehydrated and underweight," she reported. "But here's something interesting. He has a microchip." A wave of hope washed over the Graysons as Dr. Fletcher scanned the chip and pulled up the database. But their excitement soon turned to sadness. "The chip is registered to a Thomas Lau in Clearwater, but the number is disconnected and the listed address is an abandoned property," Dr. Fletcher explained. "The registration hasn't been updated in nearly 4 years." Determined to learn more, Daniel called the Clearwater police and local animal shelters. The heartbreaking truth emerged. Thomas Lau had passed away 2 years prior, leaving behind no known relatives and no clear trace of what had happened to his beloved dog. "He must have been trying to find his way home," Elena whispered to Lily, "but there was no one left to come for him." Despite the ordeal, Bruno was surprisingly healthy. With proper nutrition and care, Dr. Fletcher said he could fully recover. When asked whether they wanted to leave him with animal control, Daniel didn't hesitate. "He's coming home with us." On the drive back, Bruno slept soundly, his head once again resting on Lily's lap. None of them could have predicted the profound way this gentle, grateful dog would soon transform their family. As they pulled into their driveway, Bruno lifted his head, gazing at their modest home with cautious hope, perhaps daring to believe that this could be the start of something new. Bruno integrated into the Grayson household as though he had always belonged. Within days, he had memorized their routine and carved out a place in their hearts, especially Lily's. "He follows me everywhere," Lily told her mom one evening. "Like he's afraid I'll disappear." Though they had originally planned to foster Bruno temporarily, days turned into weeks, and they found themselves falling in love with this gentle giant. Bruno was impeccably well-behaved, affectionate with their 2 rescue cats, and astonishingly intuitive. His gratitude for even the smallest gestures was humbling. When Daniel filled his food bowl, Bruno wagged his tail in eager thanks. When Elena brushed his coat, he leaned into her touch with visible contentment. When Lily read to him at night, he lay with his head on her feet, eyes locked on hers as if understanding every word. "I think he knows we saved him," Lily said one night. "And now he's trying to save us, too." Daniel smiled. He was starting to understand what she meant. Bruno had brought them together in ways they hadn't even known they needed. Inspiring family walks, new traditions, and a deeper sense of togetherness. After 6 weeks of fostering, the Graysons knew the truth. They couldn't let Bruno go. "We'll make one final effort to find his previous family, just in case," Elena said. She launched a widespread social media campaign, sharing Bruno's story far and wide. Hundreds of people responded with encouragement, but no one came forward to claim him. "I think he was meant to be with us," Daniel said. On a bright Saturday morning, the Graysons finalized Bruno's adoption. Dr. Fletcher performed a routine health check and declared him thriving, 15 pounds heavier, full of energy, and radiating health. Little did they know that Bruno's greatest gift to them was yet to come. 6 months after his rescue, Bruno had fully blossomed into a joyful, confident family member. His days began with affectionate wake-up nudges for Lily, a neighborhood stroll with Daniel, and quiet cuddle time with Elena before her shifts at the clinic. Lily's bond with Bruno was especially deep. She had taken full responsibility for his care, feeding, brushing, and ensuring he was included in every family activity. "He's like the big brother I never had," she told her best friend during a sleepover, as Bruno positioned himself protectively between them. Saturday morning hikes became a treasured tradition, with Bruno leading the way through the sun-drenched desert trails, Lily documenting their adventures. Evening story time continued, with Bruno as a devoted audience member by Lily's side. Bruno's gentle nature won hearts throughout the community, at the clinic, in the neighborhood, even among the smallest children. "He has the most beautiful soul," Elena told Daniel one evening as they watched Bruno patiently endure a toddler's impromptu tea party. But beneath the surface of this idyllic life, a subtle shadow was forming. Gradually, Bruno began showing signs of fatigue. After walks, he slept more deeply. Sometimes he seemed short of breath during play. Elena's professional instincts were triggered. She brought him in for tests. The results were devastating. "Bruno has dilated cardiomyopathy," Dr. Fletcher explained. "It's progressive and ultimately fatal. We may have weeks, perhaps a few months." Elena's heart broke. How could she tell her family that their beloved Bruno was dying? When she and Daniel shared the news with Lily, her grief was profound, but so was her determination. "Then we'll make every day the best day of his life," she vowed. Together, the Graysons created Bruno's Bucket List, a collection of joyful experiences for their beloved dog. The list included favorite hiking trails, a beach trip, and plenty of family adventures. Lily documented it all in a scrapbook, reading letters to Bruno each night. "I want him to know how much he changed our lives," she explained. Bruno, sensing the shift in their attention, responded with deeper affection and presence. His first time seeing the ocean was magical, his joy infectious as he played gently in the waves, tail wagging. "Even though he's sick," Lily said, snapping photos, "he's still teaching us how to live." As Bruno's condition worsened, the family adjusted their routines. Morning walks were shortened. Storytime moved to the living room floor. Family movie nights became Bruno's favorite, with his own blanket and cushions. Despite his growing weakness, Bruno remained devoted, greeting Daniel at the door, comforting Elena after hard days, watching over Lily as she slept. "He's still taking care of us," Elena observed one night. Then, one quiet October morning, exactly 1 year after the first signs of illness, Bruno gave them his final gift. Lily found him resting by the window, his breathing shallow. "Mom, Dad, I think he's saying goodbye." They gathered around him. With a last burst of love, Bruno offered each of them a gentle kiss, then closed his eyes and passed peacefully, surrounded by the family he had chosen and who had chosen him. The grief was immense, but so was the gratitude. At Bruno's backyard memorial, Lily spoke through tears. "Bruno didn't just save us that day on the highway. He showed us how much love our hearts could hold." Inspired by his legacy, the Graysons founded Bruno's Highway Hearts Foundation, rescuing abandoned animals and matching them with loving families. A year later, they welcomed a new German Shepherd rescue named Hope, not to replace Bruno, but to honor him. "Bruno taught us that love doesn't end," Lily said as she watched Hope curl up in Bruno's favorite spot. "It grows, and it saves others." If Bruno's incredible journey touched your heart, remember, his story represents thousands of animals still waiting for their second chance at love. Hit the like button if Bruno's story moved you. Share this video with someone who needs to believe in second chances and unconditional love. Comment below, what part of Bruno's story inspired you the most? Subscribe for more powerful rescue stories that prove the unbreakable bond between animals and humans. Turn on notifications so you never miss another inspiring tale of hope and healing. Remember, sometimes the greatest love stories are the shortest ones, but they shine the brightest forever.